It's time, guys. I have my first powerlifting meet coming up in about 2 weeks. So this last week, what I'm going to be doing is training at around 70%. And then the week before the competition, I will be potentially training light on Monday and taking a rest for the rest of the week, doing mobility, making sure I'm nice and fresh, well rested for that competition on November 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. So this was my last heavy day before the meet. And for squats, I put 275 on the bar, which will be my opener for the meet. And I did 5 triples. And I really focused on keeping that tightness. I was using the belt, keeping that tightness, staying upright, and driving out of the hole. You can see I do have a little bit of a sticky point right when I come out of the bottom, which I will continue to work on. But these felt good. I was actually, for most of these, Garrett was giving me commands. You don't see him in the frame, but he was giving me commands on the lifts. The commands I'm going to be hearing at the meet. And I'm excited. At this point, I'm just preparing for the meet. It's not the time to get any bit stronger than I already am. It's time to prepare what I have gained as far as strength and make sure that I am ready and in good position to compete in a couple weeks. So it feels a little bit surreal because Jen and I have always wanted to compete. We've talked about it. And to be finally competing is a huge blessing. And I'm very excited. Jin is actually competing this next coming weekend. So he'll be competing before me. So I can see what numbers I want to try to beat. So, anyways, Garrett's here deadlifting. He worked up to a heavy single today. Everything looked pretty light. It didn't look too difficult. Not light, but I mean it looked heavy, but it didn't look very difficult. As far as relatively considering we're coming up close to the meet. And I believe that 635 beats his meet PR by 40 pounds if I'm not mistaken. I think he got 595 at his last meet, which would be a great accomplishment for him to improve by 40 pounds on his deadlift. So for my deadlift, I used the SSPT's deadlift table, and I performed 8 singles with 355, which I plan on being my opener for deadlift. And I will tell you, 8 singles with 85% is a little bit tough. It was difficult. These were hard, but I feel that my form was fairly solid, and I was able to learn a little bit more about my hip positioning. I think in the beginning I started off my hips a little low and they'd shoot up. So starting with my hips just a tad bit higher. I think this one looks pretty good, the positioning. We'll see. Up just a hair. My butt shoots up just a hair. Doing front squats I think will definitely help with my overall back stability transferring into deadlifts. And doing deadlifts this way with multiple singles I think is a very good way to train for a meet because you are training closest to the way you will perform at the meet, which is performing a single. But because of the volume of singles, you still have chance to trigger a stimulus that will cause adaptation for you to build strength. So the way that I'm working it out is I have 2 deadlift days per week, and on one deadlift day I work up to a heavy set of 5 or more, and on the other day I do this method of doing singles with any given percentage that I feel is necessary for that week. And this week I felt like it was necessary to do my opener. So these reps got progressively harder to maintain form on, but I feel that the difficulty led me to focus extra on the form so that my form didn't break. I don't feel like my lower or upper back rounded very much at all, and I gained a lot of confidence from this workout, feeling like without a belt to do my opener for 8 singles is not bad. So that was that workout. I'm very excited. My meet is the USAPL SoCal Regional Championship, if I'm not mistaken. It's a USAPL meet, and I'm very excited. And I just wanted to give you guys a little update. So thank you so much for watching. Stay hungry, and I am out the Lions Den.